Rosel Hyde was born May 20th, 1816 at York, Livingston County, New York. By 1833, Rosel's family was living in Freedom, New York, Cattaraugus County, and had heard rumors of Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon. Rosel described these events thus, quote, "In the winter of 1833, I first heard the gospel preached by an elder of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, previous to which time I had the privilege of seeing a portion of the proof sheets from which the Book of Mormon was printed. The reason I did not embrace the gospel sooner was because of a sort of shyness on my part, being at that time but a young man and never having joined myself to any religious body." End of quote. Well, by 1834, all the members of Rosel's family had joined the church, except him. He was not convinced, and his father had assured him that it was acceptable to take his time and think it over before he made that commitment. Well, as time passed, the convictions of the Hyde family deepened until finally, in obedience to the call of the authorities of the church, the Hyde family moved to Kirtland in February 1836. About 1 month later, March 27th, 1836, the Kirtland Temple was dedicated. Hundreds of Latter-day Saints attended the dedication ceremonies, including Rosel's family, but not him. Since he was not yet a member of the church, he was not invited to attend, nor, I assume, was he interested. Well, as you know from the church's history, it was a remarkable and powerful meeting by any standard. Rosel's younger brother, William, said of that dedication, quote, "This was by far the best meeting I have ever attended. The gifts of the gospel were enjoyed in a marvelous manner, and angels administered unto many." End of quote. Well, while the family was in the temple, Rosel was out working in the fields some distance from the temple. He would later describe that he suddenly heard a sound like the rushing of many waters. He turned and looked toward the temple and saw the heavenly light that surrounded the temple. Others would witness the same thing and describe those events, speaking of the light and the glory that bathed the temple, and even of angels and walking to and fro on the temple and hearing heavenly singing. Rosel saw and believed. He was baptized May 8th, 1836, by Joel Hills Johnson. Rosel Hyde would stand true and faithful for the rest of his days. He became the father of a noble posterity and one of the earliest pioneers and earliest mayors of Kaysville, Utah. He passed away there in August 1903. It is a powerfully simple principle. How we act follows what we believe, and what we believe is influenced by what we are looking at. If we would go home to our God, then let us learn from Rosel and look toward his house, now the Holy Temple.